very special guest here.
What's going on?
Very, very excited for this.
Me too.
Especially because there's breaking news revolving around this gentleman. He's had a tremendous career. What was that exactly?
That was my
Breaking
news.
news.
Okay.
Breaking news.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, former WWE champion, all-around American hero, Mr. Kurt Angle.
Hey, how are you guys making that much noise with three people in the room?
You can see us. So, Kurt, number one.
We've got a packed studio here, Kurt. We have our audience of one. But the thing about Ricky is he's got split personality defects, so it's actually like 8 people. He's sort of schizophrenic.
And I'm Spanish,
Now, first things first, want to say to you, I'm a gigantic fan, a huge Kurt Angle fan, enthusiast for years and years and years, and I want to say congratulations on being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame.
Yes!
Just, that's a huge honor. I mean, are you
Oh my God, are you
as
real?
honored as I'm as excited for your Hall of Fame induction?
Yeah, it's actually great to be back in WWE. It's been a long time. I think it's 11 years. So, to be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame, it's a huge honor. But it's good to be back home. This is where I started my career, and I made a huge impact in the 6.5 years I was there.
Yes.
It's crazy. I didn't realize how short my career was there, but I did really well. I picked it up pretty quickly, and I was able to really have a lot of success every year from the day I started. So I was real excited about the Hall of Fame.
Well, you're unbelievable. You're a fantastic wrestler, sports entertainer. Where do you come down on the fact that it's either sports entertainment or pro wrestling these days? It feels like you're not allowed to say pro wrestling.
I don't know. I haven't been in WWE in 11 years. For me, it's easy to say sports entertainment because I was a real wrestler. I was an Olympic
He
wrestler.
was,
Yeah.
1990.
I had to defend myself to all the amateur fans out there that, hey, I'm no longer a wrestler. I'm a sports entertainer. So I basically call it sports entertainment, but I know a lot of pro wrestlers like to call it pro wrestling.
Well, he's 1996 gold medal winner, Roy.
Wow. Congratulations.
Did you ever win anything in your life?
Nah.
No. The answer is no. You didn't win any participation. And the only I'm so excited that Kurt has called in, taken the time. He's a very busy man.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I wish he was in studio to give you a suplex and maybe an angle lock. Because I would love to see you scream and howl in pain. Nothing would give me more satisfaction. You know that Kurt Angle won the gold medal in the 1996 Olympics. The gold, you know how hard.
That's first place, dude. I know. That's
Yes.
first place. Congratulations,
It's
Mr.
first place.
Angle.
Yeah, it's first place.
I don't think you have to say first place. I think gold.
It's true. I'm actually doing Kurt's own catchphrase back to him, and I didn't even mean to do that. Kurt, one of Kurt's great catchphrases is "It's true," and I just did that unintentionally.
Nice,
But I'm geeked out because I'm a gigantic WWE guy, and I'm a huge Kurt Angle. Now, you said 6.5. That's a big amount of time, though, because for wrestling fans like myself, you're on TV every single week and multiple pay-per-views. So 6.5 years, I mean, it's like, like how the president enters the White House and they're young and svelte looking, and 8 years later, they're grayed out. They're like, just get me out of here. You put in your time. You were quite the man. You were a champion's champion. You took on all. I mean, you had some unbelievable matches, some great feuds. Who was one of your best? Who? I'll stop talking. Who was one of your favorite feuding partners? One of your favorite rivals?
I had a lot of them. From The Rock to Triple H to Stone Cold, to Undertaker, Cena, Orton, Eddie Guerrero. Gosh, but. The one that sticks to me mostly is Chris Benoit. We just had we both had the intensity of like nobody else.
Yeah. That is
every
true.
time I got in there, it was more of a competition than it was a pro wrestling match. It was always us trying to outdo each other. And I remember the one match in particular was the 2003 Royal Rumble. And the reason I remember that is because when the match was over, I went in the back, and I was only in the company for about 3 years. So wrestling was relatively new to me. And one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, Triple H, walked up to me and said, "You just raised the bar." He was basically telling me I was the best in the business.
Wow.
It was like, damn, I haven't been here that long. Most of the guys, they catch their tempo, or it takes 10, 15 years.
Sure.
Yeah, I know that for a fact.
I caught on quickly. Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible. Did you do guys get into any kind of weird, fight? And not fist fights, but is there any backstage stuff that did you get into any arguments with people like, hey, it's my time to be the champion now, or did you find that guys were willing to let you have the spotlight, which you deserve?
Well, for me, it was easy because when I started, I didn't really know much. Vince McMahon put me on TV literally less than a year when I first stepped in the ring.
That's amazing.
I was clueless, and a lot of these guys, the Chris Jerichos and the Benoits and Guerreros and Austins, Rocks, Triple H's, Undertakers, they led me through, and they weren't the cutthroat business that I was told about. It was more of they were nurturing me and getting me prepared to have a great run, and I did. So I was a great follower. I listened, and before I knew it, I became a great leader. And then I started structuring the matches with the Undertakers, and
wow,
Awesome.
So it was a learning process, and I went through it, but I got through it relatively quickly.
That is pretty incredible. See, one of the things that I think was really awesome and so original, creative, is that it would be very natural that here's Kurt Angle. Okay, he just won an Olympic gold medal in the 1996 Olympics.
Yeah.
And you would think they're going to bring him into the WWE. He'll be, people's champion. He's the All-American guy. And while they went with the gimmick of you're All-American, somehow they turned it around on you and made you a heel. Yeah. And yet it was great. You were one of my absolutely favorite villains of all time. For real.
Oh, wow.
I mean, no one can touch you in terms of. All right, well, I don't want to offend you. I'm a big fan. But I was just watching the WWE Network, and they have these shows called Countdown, and they're top 10s. And you made, if not number one, you were number 2 all-time crybabies. Now, the thing about that is it's sports entertainment. In real life, Kurt Angle could crush 99% of people.
I'm just surprised
out there.
you called him out on it.
Yeah, 99% of people, Kurt Angle is destroying.
Yeah.
Okay,
Look at
but he played the part. You gave it your all. Where did that come from? Were you interested in theater? How did you? Honestly, because you don't strike me as a crybaby at all. You're tough. You train. So how did you get into that character?
I think what happened was Vince McMahon had a character already set for me, and he didn't know if I was going to be able to back it up. I didn't really work on promo skills. I didn't work on character development. I just worked on my in-ring skills, and he gave me this character. He told me, "Listen, we're gonna force you down people's throats, and they're gonna hate you." And I said, well,
it's pretty brilliant.
Yeah.
I said, I'm an Olympic gold medalist, so I don't think they're going to hate me. He said, "Oh, they're going to hate you. Trust me."
So this really was Vince's idea. This wasn't you saying, but, good for you. Props to you for going with it, for saying, well
just going with it. I had to back it up. I could have done a horrible job, and Vince could have just said, "You're done."
That's true.
But when the more he told me every week, he would tell me what to say. And the more I did it correctly, he was like, "Okay, we're going to go a little further with him." So I think Vince had this idea in his head, and I think it stemmed from The Rock when he first started, and they tried to push him as a babyface, and it didn't work.
Didn't work.
Backfired. Okay, we're going to do the same thing, but this time we know what's going to happen.
Right.
And I think it was tested before, and he wanted to fail the second time, and it did. And it actually, we succeeded because that's what he wanted.
See, I'm always absolutely fascinated, Kurt, by the fact that you are Kurt Angle. There is a difference between you and The Undertaker, who has a real, a different name. There's a difference between you and Kane. That's a character. But your birth certificate says Kurt Angle, and then you're playing a character called Kurt Angle. That's got to get a little mind warpy, a little weird at times. Like, for instance, were people, were they jerks to you, say, at a restaurant, or you're online, you're trying to get food or something, and someone mistakes the human being Kurt Angle for the person they see in the WWE, Kurt Angle, and they start talking some smack? Did anything like that ever occur?
Well, yes, it was. People until this day they tell me, Kurt, I hated your guts back then, but now I loved you because you made me hate you so much.
Absolutely.
And it makes me feel like I did my job right. And
you did.
The thing is, I don't think anybody else wanted that job. It was easy for me because I could make an ass out of myself, and I didn't have any shame in doing it. A lot of wrestlers have, some of them have, what you call somewhat of egos, that they don't want to be the idiotic funny guy. They want to be the badass, like the Stone Cold Steve Austin, who, by the way, has better comedic timing than I do.
You and Stone Cold are buddies, right?
Yeah. He helped me out a lot, not just in the ring, but with the character development and the chemistry we had. I think Vince knew right away this thing's going to go. And it would have never happened, but we both got injured at the same pay-per-view, and we couldn't wrestle. And Vince said, what am I going to do with my two top guys? And he said, I'm going to put them together, and we're going to make some comedy. So it was a lot of fun.
You guys were hysterical, better than most comedy duos who work on Saturday Night Live. There was a time where you had to play a country song for like a Western song for Vince McMahon. So Stone Cold had a cowboy hat on. He couldn't find a proper sized hat for Kurt. So he gave him one of those tiny little, like almost a toy novelty cowboy hats. That's only like 3 inches. So it barely covered any of Kurt's head. Like it only covered the very top of his head with a string around it. And you were like, I'm gonna look like a jacket. It was so good. You guys were so great. And
I found that at an airport in San Antonio. And,
right. All right, wait. When you just mentioned it, so I got to ask you, because San Antonio, Royal Rumble, this Sunday, WWE has just inducted Mr. Kurt Angle to the Hall of Fame. Is there a chance? I know this would be a scoop. Is there a chance Kurt Angle comes back for the Royal Rumble this Sunday?
All right. If I really knew for sure, would I tell you?
Oh my God! Well, we found our clip for this week, Johnny.
No. Listen, I'm going to put that to rest. I talked to WWE. I talked to Triple H a few weeks ago. We came to an agreement where we're going to do the Hall of Fame, and that's all we're going to focus on right now.
Okay.
We didn't talk about wrestling. I know that I had to cancel an event this week, and the rumors were flying that I was canceled for the Royal Rumble.
Yep.
I will not be there. And
I was the one who started those rumors. Kurt, it was actually me on Twitter saying Kurt Angle is going to be in Royal Rumble, and he'll also be appearing on the East Side Dave show tonight.
It's okay. We can play
well, at
kayfabe.
least we know what idiot started the rumor.
One day. Now, Kurt, I played this clip. We want to play a game with you in just a second, but I played this clip. I want to get your 2 thoughts on it because I don't get to talk to a ton of WWE, here and there, but not a ton.
Okay. Up game. Let's do it.
All right. Well, before we get into the game, I trained with a wrestler from ECW, and I actually had to get in the ring, and it was a wonderful, magical, and yet absolutely frightening experience. when we were training, he said to do a proper clothesline, you hit the person on the top of the chest. Makes a big noise, but it's safe. You're not going to do anything. He says he never hit the person in the Adam's apple or anything like that. Well, what happens?
I have.
We get in the ring, and he slams that big, meaty arm right into my Adam's apple, Kurt.
Oh, man, he did it wrong.
Yeah, he did it wrong, Kurt.
Hey, did it hurt?
Kurt, I was knocked out. I thought I was dead.
Okay, well, it sounds like he not only hit you in the Adam's apple, he hit you in the chin, too.
Yeah, no, he got face and Adam's apple. I was so knocked out. It was a tag team match that I was supposed to fall in the middle of the ring so he could go up and give me a big elbow drop from the top of the turnbuckle there. And his tag team partner actually had to drag my body, which basically looked like a corpse.
Whoa. Elbow drop. Was it Perry Saturn?
Perry Saturn reference.
I love the Perry Saturn reference. I'll tell you his name. It's not a big deal. I mean, he knows, there's no hiding it. It was Dangerous Danny Doring of ECW. I don't know, maybe you did. Have you ever worked with the guy?
I know Danny. Yeah, I know Danny.
All right, he was the guy who almost killed me, Kurt.
Sounds like he was a tad bit dangerous, brother.
I love it. I love the fact that Kurt Angle, former WWE champion, the first inductee into the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2017, is right here on the East Side. Dave Shazam. Now, Kurt, we have this game that we play with Star Wars experts. It's called Name That Star Wars Song. At first, because my mind is mush, I thought, Roy, let's play the Star Wars song with it. Then we thought, no, that doesn't make sense at all. But we could play the wrestling entrance song game with Kurt.
All right, it's a new one.
Okay.
So, brand new game. So you are the very first contestant. You are the inaugural contestant for the Eastside Dave Show Wrestling Entrance Song Contest. And Roy, you play. We have Roy Harder. He's a world famous musician. He's a keyboardist, and Roy's going to play you the very first song right now.
All right, here it comes. Ready? Here we go.
It's all about the game and how you play it. Okay, it's enough. Kurt, you have a guess. He butchered that a lot.
Not
and
really.
That's because I told you he's world famous, but that's only because he killed 2 people last week. He's certainly not world famous for his musical prowess.
Well, at first I didn't know what the hell it was.
100 points for Kurt right off the bat. Do you have a guess? Because I'm willing to consider.
Triple A.
Triple A!
Yeah, nailed it.
Give Kurt double, because anytime he makes fun of Roy, he gets double the points. Because, Roy, you're embarrassing me in front of one of my heroes, Mr. Kurt Angle.
I know, and
you're
I apologize.
embarrassing me.
I apologize,
All of
David.
we're all
My next one will
heroes.
be much more
Just
clear.
play the song and make it better.
All right, here it comes, Mr. Angle. Here it comes.
Make it better.
I think I know this one. All right. That's Attitude Era. That's Attitude Era.
Kane or Undertaker or something?
Close. The Undertaker threw this gentleman off the top of a Hell in a Cell.
Oh, Paul Bearer.
Paul Bearer
No.
was managing at the time. He does things for all of.
He was also Dude Love. He was also Cactus Jack. And
Mick Foley. I'm sorry.
100 points to Kurt.
That Mankind or was
That was Mankind. That was Mankind, yeah.
Kurt is 2 for 2 as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, he got that one.
2 for 2.
All right, here we go. Ready? This is the tough one.
NBC Nightly News. Is that somehow a wrestler? Theme to Beetlejuice. Oh, it doesn't sound anything like that.
Oh, okay.
Kurt, he tried to play you D-Generation X. I'm giving you 100 points. I'm giving Kurt the points.
Yeah, that was tough.
That was a tough one. I'll
That
admit
could sound
that.
like D-Generation X goes.
the machine.
Don't worry about it. Don't
All
worry
right, here we go.
about it.
Next one. Here we go.
How many do we have left?
I got 3 more. Here we
All
go.
right. You're forgetting.
Wait a minute.
man.
Hold on. Wrong movie here. Let me think.
Movie.
Movie? We're talking about wrestling entrances. Do me a favor. You're embarrassing me in front of Kurt. Okay? Skip this song.
All right, next
Skip it.
one.
It was terrible.
All right, here we go.
Hey,
Ready?
hold on.
All right.
Mr.
gonna work,
Quick.
Kurt. Don't worry,
Let
it's
me.
gonna work.
Everyone, just quiet down here.
Yes.
Kurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. See? Hear his voice. I apologize. I'm a fan. Roy, he doesn't know what he's doing. I mean, Roy is a fan of yours, but he's not the greatest keyboardist of all time.
Hardly. All right, here's the next one. This one's going to be easy. Ready?
All right, let's do it.
Here we go. If you smell what The Rock is cooking.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
That's all I'm going to give you.
That was the Rock, I guess.
That was The Rock's catchphrase. You know what? 300 points for Kurt because he's putting up with this nonsense.
Try the last one.
That didn't sound anything like The Rock song. The only thing you got was if you smell if The Rock is cooking.
I kind of gave it away, didn't I?
You gave it away. You put the guy's name in the song.
All right, I got one more left.
Give Kurt one more, and this is for 500 points. If Kurt is right, he wins the contest. Because to win the contest, we need absolute perfection, Mr. Kurt. Like you.
Okay.
Like you. Okay?
Like you.
Roy?
All right, Mr. Here it comes.
I'm feeling the pressure right now.
Here it
Go
comes.
ahead.
Ready?
Please, play it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the hell that was. Was that even music?
Kind of heard it.
Kurt, do you have a guess? Roy, give Kurt a hint if he doesn't have it. Well, before you do you have a guess
Do
there?
it faster,
mister?
Roy. If you do it faster.
Hold
I
on,
think
hold on. One at a time. Kurt, do you have a guess?
No, I don't know.
One more time
All right,
faster.
he's faster? Here it
Yeah.
comes.
Give him a verbal hint. Something
Okay,
equivalent to if you smell what The Rock is cooking.
Okay, the initials of the character is K.A.
The initials
of the character. Yeah, that's all I'm going to give you, though.
Yeah, that is not my song.
That is a way to end the game. That is a champion. That is the first inductee into the WWE Hall of Fame. It's true. That is a legend right there. His name is Kurt Angle. Kurt, thank you so much for coming on the show, man. I really appreciate it, and I really am a big
I had a
fan.
lot of fun.
Thanks.
Let me know when you want me to come on again.
Come
Dude,
in person.
any single time. And next time you're in New York on a Tuesday, we want you in the studio.
Yeah.
I'd love to have you in.
I heard. I'll come in.
All right, awesome. Hey,
Oh,
do you want anything to plug? I realize I haven't even plugged you.
Make sure they go to anglesfun.com and check out my addiction recovery app.
Say it again.
Say one more time.
Anglestrong.com. My
Anglestrong.com.
website. Yeah.
By the way, I wasn't going to bring it up because I know it's a sensitive topic for some people, but maybe not for you because you just brought it up. Things are going well in your life these days?
Yeah, I've been in recovery for 4 years.
Good for you, man.
Got my life back. Yeah.
You sound great. I'm not BSing. You sound fantastic on the phone. And the fact that you just relentlessly went after Roy Harder.
Yeah.
You didn't actually need to give him an angle lock. You verbally destroyed Roy tonight, and I couldn't be happier.
And I will physically destroy him when I come to you.
Kurt Angle, the one and only Kurt Angle. Go to anglestrong.com. Kurt, we will talk to you later, my man.
All right, take care.
All right, love you, Kurt. See you
Thanks
later.
for coming on.
Well, that's a man's man.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
a man's man.
I
He
love
is a
him.
man's
All right.